Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today, what I have for you guys on the show is another GTA 5 online video. And of course, it is Tuesday, which means tomorrow is Wednesday. That is when Rockstar will be previewing their new GTA Online event week news, information, and details early, of course, before we get the actual update and changes that go live in-game Thursday morning at about 4 a.m. Central Time for those of you in the US, or really anywhere. Convert that to your local time zone. But for today, we're going over all of the biggest changes that are left here for a limited time. They're going away soon over the next couple days, so maybe you want to take advantage of something here. One of the vehicles we're going to be talking about is one of the ones behind me. This is a discounted car. It's obviously, I'd say it's a top 5 for grinding missions because you can't take every single car in the game in missions. There's only some that are basically kind of reserved out and you can't actually take alongside you. For example, the Toreador. That's why players like to use the Vigilante during missions. But that one behind me is one we are going to be talking about in detail here. Plus others we're going to be reviewing. Prices, performance, customization, whether they're worth driving, talking about the bonuses and discounts that you have a limited time left to take advantage of, and more. So let's jump in. To start off, let's check out the LS Car Meet test drive vehicles. And first, before we even get into it, I just want to say, if I sound like off or maybe even sick to you, it's just because it's 4 in the morning right now and I'm recording this video. I just figured I'd get it done. I was sitting in bed scrolling on my phone. I'm like, I really just can't sleep. I might as well just get up and make this. But unfortunately, the previous night, I only got a few hours of sleep as well, and it was just terrible quality. So I've just been up, you know, since early morning yesterday and all the way now, and I'm gonna be waking up again at 6 anyway, so I'm like, you know what, let me just make this video now because I'm not gonna have time before my usual posting time. So if I sound off, apologies, but let's get on with it. So we have the Infernace Coquette here. This is one of the faster OG cars, I would say, in a straight line. You get a ton of torque, but it's sort of similar, I guess, to the OG Dominator, but I would say it has better handling. The Dominator is very, very loose in the rear. This isn't. In a sense, you'll find that this car has some understeer in comparison, but it's still a little bit tricky if you're not used to it. I'd say it's more unique. Not tricky, it's unique handling. Feels a little bit stiff at times, but it is a car that's worth buying. If you'd like to purchase it, $138,000. Obviously, that makes it worth it. Then we have the Vapid Click here. This is a very, very mid-muscle car. It is from the 1950s, so it's classic. You get super good speed and agile cornering and nice suspension upgrades, so that's going to improve your handling, but it's not a top-tier muscle car. It's more middle of the road. When I said mid, that sounds really negative and bad. It's just middle of the road. That's what I mean by mid in this case. Unique driving feel, enjoyable to drive, obviously worthwhile to collect, and if you'd like to purchase it, $909,000. Then we have the Dubocci Exemplar, which has the best handling out of all 3 of these vehicles in the game. This is actually a sedan that has some of the best handling out of the sedan's class. You're going to outperform all of its rivals in cornering and control, and I think a lot of car enthusiasts and even competitive racers who have been playing this game since the game launched, they still love the Exemplar. I think it's still probably among their favorites. They look back at this vehicle fondly. $909,000 for this purchase price. Wait, are these the same cost? They are. Yeah, they're both $909,000. I didn't even notice that. Oh no, 200. Wait, why was it coming up with the click? This is $205,000. I was gonna say that was way too expensive for that car. At Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport car dealership and in-game vendor, let's check out what we have for the rest of this weekly update. So starting off here, this is the one I introduced with the weekly update guide, but it's the Ocelot Lynx. You get a lot of torque with this car, good acceleration. I love the look on it personally. I think this is a great looking car. I'm not gonna shill it too hard though, as much as I want to, because when it comes to performance overall, it's completely average, I would say. It's expensive for what you're getting. It costs $1,735,000, and so you can see it here. That's expensive for the car you're getting because the top speed, average, little bit of understeer. You know, is it great at handling? I think it's got good handling, but again, you're not really going to be competitive in races. Next, we'll move on. This is the Wolfsbane. Very, very similar to many other bikes in the game in terms of how they handle. Average top speed. Impressive acceleration, though, just to get up to the top speed, and really good handling. You can maintain control really well on dirt roads, better than the Sanchez, in my opinion, which is hilarious because that's an actual dirt bike. You don't really get a lot of wheel spin with this bike, probably because it doesn't make the most amount of power at the end of the day, but it's also, you know, decent for, you know, getting away from the police if you're going to drive it off-road, or ride it off-road, I should say. And it also has a really bad turning radius at low speed, so this bike is just better at speed. There you go. $113,240 purchase price. I'm fading fast here. I got to get this video done. We have the Pagasi vodka. This is a well-rounded car. You get fast acceleration, really precise handling. It's ideal for weaving in and out of traffic, things like that. You get a little bit of wheel spin at launch, but it's durable, it's stylish. I think it's still an underrated choice even today. I think you get a lot of value because this is only a $240,000 car, and you get a lot of car for that amount of money right there. Next up, the Canis Bodhi. This is obviously Trevor's truck from the story mode. It's inspired by the Kaiser Jeep M715. Actually a solid choice for off-roading, and it's not expensive at all. Look how cheap this is, $25,000. Decent top speed, very sturdy, and you know, you're not gonna like bend this thing up if you crash. It basically remains the same cosmetically. You get those floodlights if you turn the high beams on, which is really cool, so that's good at night. Handles well off-road, really strong brakes for how heavy this thing is. Obviously, you're gonna be vulnerable to gunfire, but it is what it is. Next up, the Vapid Retinue. In terms of speed and handling, I think this is a great car. It's really good off-road. It's good to use as a rally vehicle if you want. It's lightweight, you get nice balanced power delivery. The retro styling is something that I think really complements the performance of this car as well. It is prone to tipping over, like for some reason the center of gravity on this car is super high, so just be mindful of that. But if you do want to pick it up, it is going to cost you $637,800 before it goes away. Here we are at the hands-on car wash because we have to talk about the bonuses. The main one for this week is the double money and RP opportunity on Mr. Faber Work, which if you're a GTA Plus member, you have double money all month long. So for the rest of this weekly update, that's 4 times money going your way, which is actually pretty underrated if you're going to be grinding this for the rest of this week. Even at double money, it's worth playing for a little bit. It's not going to be meta in terms of making money if you're just playing this and maining it all month long, but if you want to play it for an hour here, an hour there, it is actually worth your time for that because it's probably comparable to something like the Cluckenbell farm rate in terms of money per hour. You also have double money and double RP on the normal time trial this week. You have double money and double RP on G's caches when you collect them today, tomorrow, and or you know, even early Thursday before the new weekly update goes live. That's about $30,000 to $40,000 right there. Plus double money and double RP on the stockpile adversary mode, heading to play jobs, Rockstar created adversary mode, stockpile 1 through 7. And the weekly challenge as well, I want to point that out. If you're doing the Mr. Faber Work, if you complete 5 of them, you complete this week's weekly challenge. That's going to give you $100,000. That should take you only about 45 minutes to do at most, honestly, playing all 5. Next, let's jump into the vehicle discounts. We have no property discounts this week, but we'll start on Warstock for some of the bigger aircraft discounts. So we do have the Rogue featured here. All of these vehicles are going to be 40% off. So the Western Company Rogue is $720,000 this week. The weaponized Tampa, the classy weaponized Tampa. This is actually a great vehicle to use in missions. It has no armor, but it's got a ton of weaponry options. You can get it for $1,264,830 or $951,000 with the trade price. Here is the Mammoth Hydra. You can get this for $2.394 million or $1.8 million with the trade price. This was obviously a great VTOL aircraft to use in this game, and it still is, but at this point, the Raiju completely outclasses it in speed, maneuverability. It has stealth, better VTOL, and like faster VTOL capabilities. I feel like overall, I would just get the Raiju. The Hydra does have, you know, the one thing it has, the one advantage is that it's cheaper, and that's about it. On Legendary Motorsport, the Pegassi Zaruso you can get for $1,155,000. This used to be a rare and removed vehicle. It wasn't featured on in-game websites for a while, but it's now back and you could buy it. It's definitely worth adding to your garage. It's probably one of the top 10 or top 15 fastest non-HSW supercars, I would say. The Grotti Bestia GTS, $366,000 for 40% off. We haven't seen this one on discount in a while, so you might as well snag it. The Gallivanter Baller STD, $1 million. Get yourself 40% off an STD, ladies and gentlemen. On Southern San Andreas Super Autos, the Volcar Nebula Turbo you can get for $478,200. The Vapid Dominator GTX for $435,000. This thing is slow as hell, man, but it does look cool and it has good customization. The Vapid Ellie, while it isn't rare and removed or anything like that, right now you do get a great collector's car. This car has a lot of history in real life. $339,000 purchase price or $254K as low as that with the trade price. The classy Draugr is going to be $1.122 $2 million or $841,500 with the trade price, 40% off, the best off-roader in the game, probably tied for first place with the Canis Camacho. I feel like it comes down to personal preference. Some players love the Camacho, some players love the Draugr. I really love the Draugr, although I do love the styling of the Camacho. We do have 2 more vehicle discounts and aircrafts I want to talk about. So the Seabreeze is going to be 40% off. You get this for $510,000. Plus the Western Company Annihilator. This is a $1,095,000 purchase price, 40% off for the Annihilator here as well. The Grotti Furia is this week's Diamond Casino Podium Vehicle. So if you spin the lucky wheel, you can get lucky and unlock this car. This is a super good all-around supercar. The traction is definitely the strong point. You have all-wheel drive, excellent handling, little bit of understeer at high speeds, but it really doesn't take away too much from the car, honestly. The acceleration really impresses me personally. Top speed isn't anything to write home about compared to other supercars in its class. You know, it's only 122 miles an hour when you fully upgrade it, but that's not really the thing you want to focus on with this Ferrari, right? It just looks good, handles like a dream, and overall it's worth it. So let's spin the lucky wheel, see if we can unlock it. We didn't win it on Thursday when I went over this car for the weekly update guide, but for the reminder video today, let's see what happens. Can we get lucky winning this car? I think I already have 2 on this account, and this character specifically, actually, not even on my other character. We're not going to get it though. $30,000 though. Hey, you know what? For a non-prize ride, or excuse me, podium vehicle, I'll take the 30K. The prize ride that you have a limited time left to take advantage of is the Pegasi Infernace Classic, and you can win this vehicle by placing top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row. Obviously, this is a beautiful classic Lamborghini in this game. I would say when it comes to handling, it's good enough. You know, you could take those twists and turns on windy tracks. Good enough, but not much else to say besides that, because I just think overall the Grotti Turismo Classic is going to be a better vehicle all around. This Infernace Classic has a heavier weight. You get compensated for that with, you know, I would say good agility for this car's size and decent acceleration, but it is going to have a lower top speed than the Turismo Classic. But still, you get a design that strikes a really good balance, in my opinion, between these like really sharp angles, plus you get some aerodynamic curves as well, and that's what I like most about this Infernace Classic. Here we have the Salvageyard vehicle robberies for the remainder of this week. Of course, these are available through the end of July the 23rd. And we have the McToney robbery, which is going to feature this Pegasi Ignis right here. It's the top range vehicle. We have another top range, the Bravado Buffalo EVX, featured in the Duggan robbery, or excuse me, the Podium robbery. And then the Duggan robbery is going to feature this Albany Cavalcade XL standard range vehicle. None of these are claimable. Big L. And let's check out the gun van stock and selection for this week in-game, because we have something decent here. We have the Tactical SMG, which is a gun van exclusive vehicle. Every player can get it for 30% off. We also have the Railgun. I always recommend the Railgun. It's going to be 40% off for GTA Plus members. Kind of before this, it was always pretty rare to see this. This and the Up and Atomizer. We haven't seen the Up and Atomizer in so long. And we usually don't see the Railgun, but now this is what, the 3rd week in a row, or almost 4 weeks in a row now that we've seen the Railgun featured here. So like, you know, Rockstar, it's time to swap this out and add in that atomizer for players. But we also have the Gusenberg Sweeper, the Vintage Pistol, as well as the Switchblade featured. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, though, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys did enjoy today's video, or if you just found the information helpful, make sure to drop a like on it. Of course, subscribe to the channel for more GTA Online content if you guys are new and you want to see more content just like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/HazardusHDTV for daily GTA Online live streams. Lots of money grinding stuff over there. We'd love to have you guys get involved with the community. And also, don't forget, I upload 2 YouTube shorts as well as TikToks every single day. For those of you out there who may not be a fan of the long form and want more short form, rapid fire GTA Online tips, tricks, news, updates, tutorials, guides, leaks, and more, that content is over there for you twice daily. So have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the new GTA Online update, news, and information preview to us early. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.